What's going on, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Uh, I'm Nicole. For those of you who don't know me, I am a former fat girl turned certified nutrition coach, now living and promoting the low carb lifestyle. For those of you who do know me, hi. So I am joined here with Sana, who is has a YouTube channel, Mrs. Perfectly Imperfect Keto, although she is now carnivore, I believe. So welcome, Sana, to your first live.
Thank you. Thank you. Nicole, you sure they can handle us? Because we are
I don't
two
know.
Jersey girls, and it's a
Yeah.
Friday night, especially. I don't know if they can handle us.
We are two Jersey girls in the house, so it's going to be quite interesting. Different sides of the states, different ends of the states, but still Jersey nonetheless.
Absolutely.
So I definitely appreciate you joining and having this be your very first YouTube live. Let's cheer on Sana. This is her very first live.
Y'all, she taking my YouTube live virginity for sure.
What's up, Rick? Yeah, that was a pretty interesting carnivore live stream. Did you catch that, Sana? The 10-hour
Yes.
streamathon?
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
Wow. They
Well,
definitely set the stage with
yeah,
10 hours.
yeah, it was a long. Someone's actually suggested that I stream for like 24 hours straight. I was like, what the heck am I going to stream for 24 hours straight? My life isn't that interesting. What's up, Just Jason Keto? Hey, hey, hey.
Oh, I see familiar names here.
There you go.
Hey,
What's up,
Jason.
Joseph?
Hey, Susie.
Susie, woo, woo. What's up, JP? Are you feeling better, man? Feeling better than earlier? All right, so Sana, since this is our first time meeting, we chatted a bunch in the comments and email and all that stuff, but this is the first face to face. So for those of you who don't know, why don't you share a little bit of your background and what led you to keto slash carnivore?
Yes, well, my journey kind of is a little bit unusual because it's not typical like someone else's. A lot of people, they started off their journey all about them. Our oldest son, actually, he was starting to get seizures. So that's how I did research into keto. He started getting seizures. The doctors really couldn't help him at all. Um, it was like a lost cause. Me as mother, me as advocate for him, I simply went to Google and started doing some research. And it was hardcore research that eventually led me down to finding the ketogenic way of eating. I was coming across like old school information where the ketogenic way of eating helped ailments in children, such as seizures. So for me, I said, you know what do we have to lose? We'll go ahead and we'll do this as a family so he doesn't feel alone. And we started keto. It was January 5th of 2019 is when we started. And ever since we been keto, he has never had another seizure. So you're talking about over 4 years now. So there was something in the sad way of eating, the standard American diet. For anyone that does not know the terminology that's used in the community when we say sad, that would be the standard American diet. It was something, it was something either something processed or, a lot of the stuff out there has all these dyes in it. It was something that was irritating him because he was almost about to be 10 years old and just getting seizures just out the blue. So my family, they ended up keeping keto. As far as my personal journey, I went through a really dark time when it came to my mental health. I had lost my father during the pandemic. He had gotten sick. He was a doctor and he had gotten ill from, I'll just say the C virus, so
Yeah,
we don't really trigger anything.
the vid.
But yes, so unfortunately he had passed and he passed unexpectedly. So because it was unexpected, I emotionally didn't get time to prepare for him being sick, nonetheless passing. It put me in a really dark place. Even though I kept keto, just the emotions, the emotional toll it took on me, the anxiety, the depression. It also didn't help because I was also in a really toxic job where my supervisor hated me because she saw me as competition for her. So I basically had everything that I felt like was going against me in life that was just kind of worsening the anxiety and the depression I was going through. So my mental health was like in the dumps. Like I was feeling like crap 24/7. I did not have any like self-value, even though I still kept keto, had no self-value for myself. That ended up leading me to gain 42 pounds. I ended up gaining 42 pounds. I want to say it was within like the 2-year range of my 4-year keto journey. I figured to myself, something has to change. Like, I cannot keep keto just because it's working for my family, and especially like our son that went through seizures. I said, I need to make a change for myself. I did get professional help when it came to the mental health, and that was difficult because to admit to yourself when you're going through like a mental health struggle, I think that's the hardest thing is for someone to admit to themselves because you don't realize, you don't realize what you're going through because your self-worth is it's not there. So it took a lot out on me to face those demons that I needed professional help. It was not easy because I grew up in a very strict Muslim household. So it put another toll on me, even though here I am an adult, still yet you have those childhood mindsets that come back to you. Like you do not talk about your problems behind closed doors. You don't tell nobody your problems. You don't share those things with nobody. So
Mm.
for me to even talk to a professional, it didn't matter who it was. This person could have been a psychiatrist, psychologist. It did not matter. I still had that mentality. You do not talk about your problems to nobody. And that's probably because of that childhood trauma of, you don't share no information. It made it really difficult for me to seek the help. Thankfully, I did because it did help. It helped unloading a lot of it. Uh, the depression got so bad to the point where I could not even cry. I was just so contained in this emotion. And once I started getting the therapy, it's like everything just released itself. And at that point in time, because I felt mentally prepared, once I felt like I was pretty much on the path of mentally healing, that is when I actually started triple B and E. So beef, butter, bacon, and egg is what I ended up actually starting just this January.
Nice. So that's pretty much what I'm doing too, the triple B and E for the most part. But I do have minimal carbs like berries and avocado and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sorry about your father. It sounds like our stories are very similar. So I lost my brother when I was a kid, and same thing happened. I started emotionally eating and didn't know how to
Mm,
grieve because I was a kid myself, and I too sought therapy. But yeah, there's this huge stigma. Not as bad now, but yeah, there was still this stigma on therapy. But yeah, therapy helped a lot. But yeah, diet absolutely helped with me, kind of helping with my anxiety and depression and all that stuff that I suffered from my childhood trauma. So it sounds like our stories are very similar in that
yes.
way. And I'm glad you found keto for your son because yeah, people think keto's new, and keto was only created to help
Right.
with child epilepsy and seizures and all that, but it's not true. That's just the mainstream. So I'm glad you found that, and it actually is helping your son, because that's just so powerful. But for you, what was it that made you want to switch from keto to carnivore, specifically? Was it like a weight loss stall, and you figured if you just cut down even more, that would help get your weight loss back on track, or what was it for you that made you want to
No,
go
that's
that
a great
extra?
question. So it was difficult because, just as you said, everyone thinks that, the ketogenic way of eating, it's the be all, for all healing, all weight loss. So it was difficult for me to make the decision. But because aside from still gaining 42 pounds because of the depression and anxiety I was going through. So definitely, there might have been like some cortisol issues that my body was running a toll with the emotions I was going through. But still, yet, there was also something that was hindering me. And I was doing really clean keto. So I was not doing anything that was, processed keto or any keto labeled products. We were really clean keto because we were basically a one income household. So we did not have no buku bucks to be buying, like a $9 box of cereal that just says keto on it.
Yeah.
But no, still yet, I suspect it's probably like a veggie or something. So because I kind of had a feeling, because at that point I was more so ketovore, I was really meat heavy, but then again, I did have a lot of veg. So there was like a lot of lettuce I was incorporating. If I had turkey deli meat, I was wrapping it up as like a lettuce wrap. Uh, if I was having a burger, I was wrapping it up in lettuce. So it was a lot of veg that I was incorporating with that meat heavy. So that is what kind of said, you know what? Yes, I've been doing ketovore, but then again, like I need to do an elimination. And that is why like I didn't go right into carnivore. I felt it was really important for me to do triple B and E only because I started having a hindrance, I started having like an irritation. Because aside from the weight gain that I went through, I started having a lot of body problems. So I started having like pain in my lower back. I started having pain in like my hips. I had severe pain in my right hip. I had pain in my heels,
Hmm.
the heels of my feet. I had excruciating pain in my right heel to the point where I could not walk on it. That's how bad it got. So I was literally at the point where I was like, listen, like something gotta give. Like I have to figure this out. So that is why, a lot of people it's difficult for them, especially for me. I was keto for 4 years, but when you go through extreme pain like that, you definitely have to experiment. And I was kind of a little bit hesitant to go in with triple B and E because a lot of people they do it as a challenge.
Oh yeah.
So I was fearful and I said, you know what? I cannot do this. I can't do it with any Facebook groups. I can't do it with any YouTube channels because for me it was not about a deadline of, you know what, I'm going to do this for 30 days and then I'm going to see if I can go back to keto after 30. No, like I needed to have like the same way like I was healing my mental health, I needed to still have that healing approach to doing triple B and E. So I joined Dr. Barry's private PhD group.
Oh.
That way I can make sure I was following this to the T of the way he designed it to be used as an elimination way of eating. And that is basically like how I went about my triple B and E. And I don't think like if I did not go in with that mentality that it was for my healing, I don't think I would have been so successful at accomplishing triple B and E because I first started off with the mindset I was going to do 30 days. That 30 days went so well. I want to say the beginning of the third week, my heel pain was completely gone in just the third week of just eliminating everything else except for the ruminant meats. So for me, that was like incredible because to go from not being able to walk properly and to basically be limping everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on the verge where I probably, just for safety reasons, I probably would have had to get like a cane or a walker or something because I was limping in like the most awkward way for being someone that is not even the age of 40 yet. So for me, it was amazing that just in the beginning of 3 weeks that I can go from having limited mobility
Yeah.
to being able to actually walk because it got to the point where my husband, he was doing grocery shopping. He was video chatting with me on his cell phone just for him to go around the grocery store. And I still have screenshots on my phone because of how, it's like you find humor in it because you don't want to sit and be depressed and, sulk about it. So I literally have screenshots on my phone of me and him just video chatting as he's going around the grocery store so I can kind of tell him like, what he should be picking up. That's the way we went grocery shopping together. But there was so much healing that I experienced when it came to just that first initial 30 days. So all in all, I ended up going 60 days of triple B&E. I felt so amazing that I said, you know what? I'm just going to continue on and continue with carnivore. So that's how essentially right now I am carnivore because I do incorporate chicken now and I do incorporate some cheese.
Oh, are you done?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Uncle Big Guy. No, I see some familiar names.
Yeah, it sounded like you were going to keep going the way you ended that sentence. So, how is Dr. Berry's group?
It's very informative. So I would definitely suggest for anyone that truly wants to do triple B and E the correct way and do it in a proper approach, they definitely have a lot of resources that they spend time and a lot of material that they have available in their Mighty Network group.
Yeah,
So I definitely suggest anyone that, is opposed to doing it as a challenge, anyone that is opposed to doing it as far as when it comes to the scale, because that's another thing that I try to promote on my channel because my scale is in my closet. It is in the deepest, darkest corner of my closet, and it is staying there. When I tell you, I had such an obsession over the scale, especially during my keto years. Not only did I have obsession over the scale, but I was tracking my macros. I had obsession with intermittent fasting. I was not allowing my body to do it naturally. The way it should have been doing it,
yeah,
I was forcing myself and said, you know what? I need to fast 36 hours. I need to fast 42 hours. I was not allowing for my body to tell me, listen, like, I am truly hungry right now. Like, you need to feed me. Otherwise, I'm going to start doing some crazy things. I basically ignored true hunger, like my body was going through at certain points of time.
yeah,
So it's almost like I created an eating disorder when it came to the obsession with intermittent fasting and when it came to the scale. So that's why I try to kind of have a mantra on my channel where I try to encourage people and motivate people that the proof is in the healing and not the scale. There is nothing that scale is going to tell you that those non-scale victories are not going to supersede because in my experience, the non-scale victories have been amazing in comparison to what the scale has shown me. Like
Yeah.
the way my body's been changing, even during my time on keto, like my body has not gone through the recompositioning that it's going through with solely being meat based. Even, the little bit of dairy here and there, but solely being meat based, I've never had body recompositioning like I have right now. And I'm actually a little bit heavier now than my lowest during my keto days. And still yet I look healthier to probably anyone that goes based off on image. They would
Yeah.
probably see me healthier now, eating all the meat that I'm eating, than the limited portions and the tracking of the macros that I was doing on keto.
So how much have you lost so far?
So all in all, I am around, it's been a while since I weighed myself, but I did actually end up go to a neurologist appointment and they weighed me there. So that's the only reason why I know.
Yeah.
So I am up to 93 pounds again, which is pretty good because when I did have some time that I spent in the hospital, it was in the month of May that I actually was admitted in the hospital for a week. And I really credit Carnivore for kind of discovering that I actually had something going on with my brain.
Oh.
And probably everything that I was going through, with keto, all like the hindrances and stuff that I was going through, it did not allow me to know that something was going on. But it's basically the deep, dark depression and anxiety that I went through. It kind of ran a toll on me when it comes to just mentally and neurologically. So that is the reason being why I actually had a lot of pressure
Mhm.
from the stress and anxiety. So when people say, stress can be a killer, they ain't lying when they say
Yeah.
stress can be a killer because I had my proof. I literally had my proof. I went through 2 MRIs just being in the hospital because they wanted to kind of be for sure, because they said that when somebody my age, when they see white matter present,
Oh yeah.
they said that's not typical for your age. They said normally we see that in somebody like twice your age. So that's basically, now that like I've been consistently going and seeing the neurologist, that is basically what they said. They said, it's basically the depression, the anxiety, everything you put on your body, because I will be the first. I am so transparent with people, and I've had some of my subscribers email me because I flat out told people I was on the verge that I was suicidal. I was suicidal. And here I was, a married woman, had 2 children that were doing very well because they were all on keto. They were all having wonderful, better health journeys. I had so much in my life that was going so good. Even though
Yeah.
here I was a wreck myself, I had so much that I should have looked around me and been able to see. But it doesn't work that way. Like I know a lot of people, they say, "Oh, you have a roof over your head. You should be grateful. You have a loving husband. You have beautiful, healthy children. Find joy and find peace in that." When you are going through a dark time, when you are going through mental health, you're not capable of seeing those things.
Mhm.
So unless like you really go through it yourself, you really don't know. And it's kind of like nobody could help you. You have to really see that you need the help yourself, and nobody could force you to get the help either.
Yeah.
So that was why it was huge for me that I seek the professional help to kind of get through that. But still, yet, it did not stop from causing me brain damage as well.
Mm.
So I went through a toll with that. So because my clean eating with the carnivore, it presented that there was a problem with my brain. So imagine all that time, that last little final tail end of the 2 years out of my 4 years of keto, I had probably brain damage that I went through, never was able to know
Wow.
until I started clean eating. So at that point, it was when I was about 4 months, 4 months just clean eating with just triple B and E, and then I was about like a month into carnivore. So just 4 months worth of simply just eliminating everything and just sticking with the meat, that my body was like, listen, like, girl, like, we've been having this going on. Like, you need to get yourself checked up.
There's that Jersey
Um,
accent. There it is.
so for me, I was a mess. Like, when I tell you all, I'm the type, like, I try to avoid doctors. I try to avoid going to the hospital, especially. So when I tell you, when I literally went to the ER in May, I was bad. I was bad. Like, I could not even walk in to the ER. My husband had to literally pull up to the entrance of the ER, had to go rush and get a wheelchair to wheel me in. I couldn't even walk.
Wow.
Could not even walk through the front door. So you know someone's bad. So literally, I had vertigo. I had ringing that was unilateral. So it was simply just in one ear. I had constant ringing in my left ear. And it was all because of that white matter that was
Hmm.
on the left side of my brain. So they've been doing different kind of therapy. Um, I am going through also acupuncture because thankfully, the neurologist respects. I don't want to do medication. I told him no. I don't want to poison my body. Let's try to do this the best natural route. If you can't do that for me, there's a neurologist out there that can. Uh, so that's basically what I've been doing. So thankfully, it's been helping. I have not had any vertigo attacks. I have not had any of the ringing in the ear. But that's the important thing. It's when someone's doing keto, and it's difficult because they see so many others successful with it. Or even when it comes to carnivore, just because you see another person having success with it, and if it's not working for you, like, don't be ashamed. Don't feel ashamed to make the change. Because for me, it was difficult. Look how much I was going through. Like, I was going through horrible pain. And it took for me to get to my worst of my worst
Hmm.
to take the chance on doing the triple B and E, to eliminate everything and to kind of start myself off from like scratch and figure, you know what, let me start with a clean slate and we'll see what happens.
Wow, that's awesome. So you said you're still seeing specialists now, but I'm assuming you're on this live and you seem happy. I'm assuming you're in a much better place now.
Oh my goodness. It is like no comparison at all
Yeah.
compared to what I was, because you're talking about I could not even open my eyes, could not even walk through the emergency room doors to now. I mean, I'm doing so well. Like, it is complete 360 compared to what I was. And even the neurologist, I only even see the neurologist once a month. So even when I go for the therapy, it's only once a month. um, I am seeing biweekly. I'm seeing someone for the acupuncture, and that seems to be going well. And with that, I was a little bit skeptical when it came to
Yeah.
the acupuncture. I was like, what? Like, they gonna put needles where, and it's gonna help my brain? Because when I tell you, they have these needles everywhere, like around
Yeah.
my ankles, like there's certain pressure points, and it's like we don't realize this is like some ancient stuff they're doing.
Mhm.
This is not some new age thing they're doing. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been helping because I have not had any issues ever since I've been going to the neurologist once a month and biweekly going for the acupuncture.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cause yeah, I'm thankful because Jersey girls are now on the stream. Sana's on her first live stream. Um, but yeah, if you guys have any questions for Sana or anything, drop it in the chat. But Ravi and Sarana, Mrs. Keto, have you seen the 2014 Annie movie? If so, what was your favorite part?
Oh, that was the remake with Jamie Foxx, right? I believe so. Listen, I got two kids, so that's the only reason why I know.
I don't know.
I believe
uh,
that's the one because we talk about the old school version of Annie, and that's the
yeah,
only Annie remake that I know. Um, but I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I feel like, but you can't be the original. That's how I feel. When you have a movie that is that old school, it's kind of difficult. But a
yeah,
favorite scene, hmm, I don't know. I kind of like the scene where who's playing like Daddy Warbucks, where he actually goes after her instead of like, oh yeah, she left me. Her so-called real parents took her. So I like that part where she's kind of like rescued and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go for that girl
I have
and
no
make her
idea what
my
you're
girl.
talking about.
Like now you gotta watch it, even a
So,
part of it. You're
eh.
gonna start watching and be like, mm-hmm, what did she have me watch?
JP says 80 20 4-ounce steaks, 2 tablespoons of butter 3 times a day. So JP had some blood sugar issues earlier in the day, and I will say JP probably went pretty low because that's really not enough food. Honestly, I would take a look at your portions. I would definitely increase your portions if you're able to, or add some maybe very minimal something else with it. But yeah, that's likely why you were feeling not so good today. I just wanted to throw that out there because him and I were kind of chatting a little bit earlier
Oh
today.
yeah, because 3 times a day, 12
Four
ounces of
ounces, that's
steak.
12 ounces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Big Guy says hi.
Hey, Uncle Vic guy.
Joanna, hi guys. What's going on?
Joanna's a Jersey girl too.
Oh, really? We got some Jersey girls in the
Yeah.
house. Watch out. Oh, and she's my first year carniversary was Monday. Happy carniversary.
Congratulations.
What's going on, Mike? I wish I caught your chat on the streamathon. I only caught a little bit of the stream, but yeah, I'm sorry I missed your intro. Dave's in the house. Dave's not here, man. What's up, Dave? I'm not sure if you're
Hey,
still in the
Dave.
chat, but hey.
Dave
Hey,
is a
hey.
busy man.
He's everywhere. Every day uploads. I can't even do every other day. I don't know how he does every day. What a day today. Yeah, that was pretty crazy stream.
Yeah, because I think the longest
Oops.
other one that I saw was Two Crazy Ketos. For Veterans Day, they did 11 on
Oh.
11. So they went 11 hours worth.
Oh,
And
really?
they had all of their donations, anything that was like a super chat, anything that was given to the channel on that day
Yeah.
during that 11 hours, they donated it to
That's
the wounded
awesome.
warriors.
Oh, I would love that. I love that. I'm
Yeah,
part,
that
so I'm
was
a
it was
veteran.
amazing. I hung out for
Yeah.
like the whole 11 hours of it, and for me, I was more than happy to give for that cause. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I'm a veteran and I'm part of a couple veteran groups here, like as far as resources and stuff, local in my area. So yeah, anything that supports veterans, I'm all in for. It's definitely needed.
No, absolutely.
Michelle lifts bacon. I love that name. uh, thank you for sharing. I'm new here. Well, welcome. I'm glad you stopped by. It's a great
Welcome,
community.
welcome. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Joanna, what amazes me is that I stalled out for 3 months the first time, then May and June. So, like 5 months, I stayed the same. Yeah, plateaus happen if you're talking weight loss. That's fairly common. But it sounds like you found your way past that. JP, I had 5 gallons of wine I was making in the kitchen turned to vinegar, so I'm safe there. I'm not sure if we missed a comment. I just saw wine,
Oh,
so I clicked on
wow.
it. Like, it's
Listen, when
hard.
it comes to liquor, I am a lightweight. So when it
Yeah.
comes to making it, I would not even know where to start.
Mm-mm. Joanna said, I hear you, Sana. I had a blood clot break off in my brain. Holy cow.
Oh,
The result is
wow.
I no longer have a short term memory. A year in, and it's improved leaps and bounds. Oh, that's
Oh,
amazing. But
wow.
damn, yeah, that's anything having to do with the brain. That's scary stuff. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
so
sorry you
happy.
went. Yeah, I'm sorry you
Yeah.
went through that, but so happy that you made it through that because that's scary.
Yeah. Susie also says that she's glad you're feeling better.
Yes, thank you so much, Susie. And thank you for your support because you always drop a comment on my videos. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Same with me. Susie's awesome. Crafty and carnivore ish. I love hearing all these stories of healing. Yeah, it's just incredible these benefits that people are experiencing on this. I like to say way of eating because diet has like a bad connotation attached to it
Oh,
now.
yes.
Said only thing I can figure is my body was pretty comfy at the 90-pound loss. Oh damn, good for you, congratulations. It's a lot of weight.
Yeah,
I
that's
just upped
huge.
my exercise. It was doing DDP, and that got things moving again. Nice, congratulations. Damn, that's good weight loss right there.
Yeah, and that's awesome that you kind of tweak things a little bit. And that's sometimes what it is,
Mhm.
I think that's like the negative side when it comes to, anyone kind of tracking and trying to gauge, am I doing good? Am I losing weight? And a lot of people rely on the scale. But a
Yep.
lot of times it's like you just need to tweak one little bit of something. But the negative side of the scale sometimes is people want to up and like make a big change when the body didn't need a big change. The body just need a little bit of tweaking.
Well, the scale's weight, right? It's not fat necessarily.
E-
So it's really just it's monitoring your hormones and your water
Exactly.
fluctuation. That's all the scale is. When I lost weight, I never used a scale. I just went by how my clothes fit and how I looked and felt.
That's
So
the
we
way
got a
to do it.
question. Sana, of the carnivore foods you reintroduced after Triple B and E, which do you enjoy the most? Well, first off, which foods did you reintroduce quickly, and then which do you enjoy most?
Yes. So I did really tread lightly. So the first thing I wanted to go in with because I was loving all the meats. So my cultural background is I'm Turkish and Indian. So for sure, I grew up a lot of meat growing up. So I had no issues at all when it came to the meats I was eating, whether it was like any beef, any goat, any lamb. I was loving all of it. But I did want to incorporate some seasonings because coming from those cultural backgrounds, I was missing the seasoning. So that's what I started off with. I did start off with single ingredient seasonings first. And then shortly after, once I kind of eliminated the main ones that I really wanted to try was garlic powder, because obviously I was enjoying a whole lot of butter when
Yeah.
it came to the food that I was eating. And, what pairs better with butter than garlic? So for me, that was kind of like my first and foremost seasoning that I really was excited to try. But as far as meat wise, chicken wings, I would say I was so happy to get chicken wings back. So for me, it was nice to have the chicken wings back. But if I can pick like a favorite, all in all, I absolutely love lamb. I love lamb. You give me a rack of lamb and I am a happy person. I could probably devour like 2 racks of lamb. That's how much I love it.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's kind of like me and beef now.
Oh gosh.
Mike
Oh,
just had 2 pounds of steak grilled with beef tallow for the first time. Nice. I usually did with ghee, but decided to change. Tasted great. I don't think I will go back to ghee. Yeah, I've never cooked in ghee or tallow. That's something I want to try.
tallow. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. You will love the tallow because I've fried chicken wings in
Yeah.
tallow and oh my goodness.
Yeah, I have to try that. I also need to get an air fryer. So when when we went out to dinner, the waitress mentioned an air fryer too, and then Carnivore Ron's been on me about the air fryer. I was like, okay, I take it as a sign. I'm going to get an air fryer. So apparently, I have to get an air fryer.
That's funny because people are encouraging you to get an air fryer, and I
Yeah.
have people teasing me being carnivore using my air fryer all the time.
Really?
And I said, you know what? I have no shame in using my air fryer.
Why? What's wrong with the air
I
fryer?
love it
What's
because
wrong?
mainly people grill,
Oh.
or they have like a smoker when they're doing carnivore. But I am
Yeah, but if you're in a
happy
condo
with
building,
my
I'm on the third floor of a condo building. I'm not going to hold my grill out the window.
right.
I can grill up some steak.
Oh my gosh, with your luck, you probably have like a vegan neighbor that's gonna be like, there she is grilling that meat,
Yeah, hang it out the
killing the
window.
animals.
JP, been eating a pound of beef. Yeah, go back to that. But I've been watching a lot of videos. Don't do that. Someone recommended 4 ounces in butter. No. Yeah, go back to what you were doing before. Yeah, 12. You're essentially eating what, 12 ounces a day? Like
A
that's
day,
that's
yeah.
you go back to what you were doing before. Trust me, you'll feel better. Be careful who you listen to on the internet.
No, especially for an adult male,
Yeah.
because my almost 15-year-old definitely surpasses that 12 ounces.
Yeah.
This child, he can literally down in one sitting like 6 quarter cheeseburger patties,
Yeah.
just 6 of them.
Yeah.
So no, definitely for an adult male, no, yeah, you definitely need to get in more. And just like you said, be careful who you watch, be careful who you're getting inspiration from, because all our bodies are so different. So it's kind of like almost like you have to almost take that with like a grain of salt and have it be a little bit of inspiration, but not your exact blueprint of what you have to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Mike suggested the ninja. That's actually the motto I'm looking at. Um, yeah, so I might actually get that one.
Yeah, I definitely need a
Hopefully.
bigger one. I got a Ninja, but it's the Ninja Foodie. It's the round one that
Oh yeah,
also does like pressure cookering and stuff, but
yeah,
I want a larger one because I want to be able to do like a couple steaks at one time.
yeah. He says this is a grill with air fryer option, so it sounds like it does both. Yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one out. JP said weight loss, so it looks like restriction. Yeah, you're restricting yourself for weight loss. That's not a good way to go about it, especially being diabetic. That's not a way to go.
No, and I've been there, done that. We all go through like that type of phase. All you could do is grow from it, you
Yeah.
know, get the knowledge that you need now and just grow from it. But we've all been there. We've all been there, and we never knew that we were basically having an eating disorder. It's like we went from the standard American diet to tracking macros, and a lot of us were under eating.
Hmm. Yeah.
Because I know for sure I was under eating. I didn't discover until I was doing triple B and E, going through so much healing. I was eating easily like 4 times as much as I ate my whole 4 years of keto.
Well, I'll get back to you, Susie. I just saw the word poop, so I had to acknowledge this comment. I didn't even read it. All I saw was poop. So Rick, who actually also lives in Florida, my stove is powered by plants and poop.
Oh my goodness. That is amazing.
Sorry, Susie. I'm coming back. I'm coming back to you now. Whenever there's potty talk, whether it's poop or gas, like it
Right?
catches my attention before anything
Have
else.
you seen Dr. Barry's poop video?
No, but I want to.
I'll have to share it with you.
Every single one of my lives, there's potty talk at some point inside the live.
Yeah, he
Um,
had so much joy just saying the word poop
yeah,
the
that's
whole
what I'm
time.
saying. It's great. It's great. Susie said 12 ounces of meat a day is so little. I'm 5'1". Hey, you're taller than me. And eat about a pound of meat in a sitting. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so we're part of the shorty club because I'm 5 foot even.
Me too.
Susie's 5'1".
Oh, sorry. Biogas. Rick coming in with the potty
Right?
jokes. Show stuff. Tallow and bacon fat are great. Yeah. So obviously I've had bacon fat. I have not had tallow yet, but I want to try it. Ghee is too expensive or labor intensive for its benefits unless you can't handle the proteins.
Yes, very
Interesting.
true.
Oh
And
wait.
then
Oh
tallow does better, I think, also than ghee.
wait. There's some Ninja smack talk going on. We got Ninja XL. Then we got Ninja Foodie kind of sucks. Now I don't know what to get. Ninja, the DG551. I can fit 6 steaks at a time. Oh, I'm getting that one because
Oh,
I make like four or five burger patties at one
right.
time.
That's what I'm
Oh,
looking
I like
for.
that. Oh, sorry. Poop.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Even like if I can fit like enough for like the family, and then as we're eating like our first portion
Yeah.
of our meats,
Yeah.
have the second kind of cooking away and be ready for us. But that would,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll have to look into that too because 6 steaks at one time, that's not that
That's
bad.
amazing. Yeah, I always cook my steaks in the crock pot with beef bone broth, and
Oh,
people think
yeah.
that's weird, but it's so tender and juicy. And I cook my burger patties in the oven. I top each patty with butter,
Oh,
so it all
yes.
soaks
Oh,
in its butter juices. It's so
that
good.
is amazing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Just
Plus, I
the
hate standing
meaty,
over the
buttery
stove.
goodness.
Yeah.
That was my favorite because people used to get a really big kick because with my Jersey accent, I say sauce, just
Sauce.
the way I pronounce it.
Yeah.
So butter was my sauce. Like, oh my goodness. I went in with so much butter and I still do, but oh my goodness, like I hardcore everything had either butter topped on it, and then a lot of
Yep.
times I would have like a little glass, like one of those like little glass saucers with
Saucers.
some with some butter in it, some melted butter, and oh my goodness, it's like I could not get enough.
So this is a lesson for everyone. So we're both from Jersey, right? So she says sauce, I say sauce, and I say water.
Water.
You know what I'm saying? It's like two different languages. So we got rocket stove, solar ovens, lens, 4 foot clear plastic struts over a frame, fill with water. I have no idea.
Suddenly makes a large magnifying glass melt rock. Oh, that's like
Oh, like you take something outside and just like burn it? I don't know.
it makes me think, like those experimentations like people used to do as kids with a
Yeah.
magnifying
Light
glass,
things
and
on
they used to
fire with
try
the
to burn,
sun.
yeah, they
Yeah.
used to try to burn the ants with the sun.
Yeah.
That's what he's remind me of.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know if that's just a Jersey thing. Did anyone else try to light ants on fire through a magnifying glass with the sun, or is that just a Jersey
Listen,
thing?
we did not grow up to be killers. I guess there's like a boundary, like if you're killing like animal, or if you're killing insects, there must be some
Uh,
sort of boundary.
I don't know. I can't kill. Oh no. When I was active duty at my first base, there was a moth in my dorm room. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I took my baseball bat or tennis racket. I had something in my room because I was an athlete, and I was swinging the hell out of
Oh
it,
my
trying
goodness.
to smack it. I was like, I missed every time. By the way,
They were
those
thinking you
things
were having
fly.
a breakdown. They were like,
I was
like
like,
we
get
need to
out of
get
my
her out
room.
the service now. Like she got triggered now. We need to get rid of her.
I didn't need enough fat back
That is,
then.
oh my
That's what
goodness.
it
That's
was.
too
I didn't need
funny.
enough fat. I need more fat in my life. So you're carnivore now when your family's still keto?
They're still keto
How is
because
that
they
working
still
out?
have veg. For me, it hasn't, because I've healed so much, like especially like my mental health has healed so much. My addiction to food is gone.
Yeah.
Is gone. Like even because when it comes to anything like sad, anything standard American diet, I don't have no craving for none of that stuff at all. When it comes to any like the veggies that would have been keto, I don't have no cravings for it.
Yeah.
In the future, like I keep my channel name Keto only because I would like eventually, like sometime in the future, to experiment with like something simple, like incorporating like an avocado here and there, like
That's what
something
I
that's
do.
still like
Yeah.
a good fat.
Mm.
So that's why, I decided I'm not going to go in with having my channel name be associated with carnivore because I didn't want that restriction on myself.
Right.
Because unfortunately, in this community, it can get very dogmatic. Uh, so with that being said, I figured let me just kind of go like the keto route, but still yet I don't get phased by it. It doesn't bother me because even I would literally prepare things that are keto for my kids and it doesn't bother me at all. Like
Yeah.
it's just become so second nature to me right now that I simply just am doing what I need to do for me, and I'm doing what I need to do for the kids and for my husband, and that's pretty much it. It's one of those things. It's you need to do you. I think it's really easy as significant others, as mothers and fathers, and just even somebody that is even single, we give so much of ourselves to a job, or we give so much of ourselves to family, to friends. You got to think about yourself too. You can't forget about you. You can't forget about what you need for yourself. So for me, it was really important to not forget about me. And I think that's what my mental health healing that I went through, all that mental health healing truly helped me not forget about myself. Uh,
Yeah.
so that really is what set me up. That's why I see people mention, oh, I slip up. What kind of slip up are we talking about? When you go, I don't like to call it a slip up, because for me, why did you slip up? You're saying you slipped up. Why? Is there a reason why? Was there something that emotionally triggered you? Was there something that mentally triggered that urge or that craving to have something that was not carnivore or not ketovore or not even keto for that matter? So I really try to focus on the mental health component of things with people because I think it's just so difficult, just personally myself going through it. It's not easy to self-identify when you're going through mental health or when you're going through food addiction. So
Yeah.
for me, it's been easy for my family to be keto and for me to simply just be carnivore because I've healed myself from any addiction that I had, or even like the mental health craziness that I was going through. I got myself to such a point of healing that nothing could trigger me.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. And I did a video. I did a reaction of Nisha Canberry's wife.
Oh, yes, I watched it. Yes.
Yeah, 'cause she was talking about labels, and
Right.
I've never once since I started my channel I called myself identified with
Right.
whatever as carnivore because I do eat carbs. I've never done that because I feel like you said, you feel like you have to stay in this box, and if you have something that isn't in that box, then you feel like a failure, or you're afraid to share it, or I don't know, it just makes you feel some sort of way. So I
Mm.
just call myself low carb animal based. Like if I have to label it, I'm in between a ketovore. Sometimes I'm in between ketovore and keto. Sometimes I have a little bit more carbs, but I do
Right.
eat berries. I had nuts tonight. I had sometimes I'll have an avocado and things like that. So yeah, I agree. I don't think we should put ourselves in a box, and I don't think there's not very many people who are dogmatic. There's some here and there, but I think for the most part everyone's welcoming and supportive as long as you're feeling good and you're doing what's best for you. I think
Absolutely. Yeah.
starting with carnivore, like BBB&E or whatever, it's pretty much what I do is triple B&E for the most part. If you just do that, the ultimate elimination diet, and then decide what you want to try adding back in and see how you truly react to those things. That's what I did. And I was like, okay, cool. These are the carbs I'm sticking with because
Right.
I feel fine. I think that's the way to go about it because the individuality comes with tolerance. There are people who are more tolerant than things to things than others, and that's an individual thing, and that's an individual journey
Exactly.
that the person has to go to. So yeah, I that's my my way of saying I 100% agree with the whole label things and putting yourself in a box.
Right. And I couldn't agree more. Exactly how you described it. If someone wants to do triple B&E,
Mhm.
go about coming off of it with the reintroduction approach.
Right.
That is the whole reason why you eliminated everything because now we're trying to find out what is hindering us. What
Yeah.
is possibly going to cause us pain again? What is possibly going to cause us to feel bloated?
Hmm.
All these triggers that our bodies are going through that does not include the scale. Just the way our body is feeling. We have to kind of connect with that. And I feel, it's unfortunate because I know some focus on the weight loss component of triple B&E, but
Yeah.
that's just a silver lining. If you do experience weight loss, that's just a little bit of an incentive if you do experience a weight loss. But someone that does not experience weight loss doing triple B&E, that does not mean that you did not do it correctly. That does not
Yeah.
mean that it did not work for you. It's just you need to step away from the scale and you need to allow yourself to get the chance and the opportunity to trigger what are the non-scale victories that I did experience. But I think because some are just so focused on the scale, they're not giving themselves the opportunity to see the non-scale victories because
Yeah.
we've been brainwashed, for so long that the scale, is the tell-all be-all on whether or not we're healthy or it's just the whole fad diet mentality. A lot of the programs, I don't know if you ever done any of them like Weight Watchers or Jenny
Oh, I've done
Craig.
ideal protein. I've done Ally, the fat pill, that fat
Oh
burner pill that
yeah,
just made you run to the bathroom.
right?
I've done the South Beach diet. I've done Biggest Loser challenges. Yeah, I've done pretty much all of them.
Yeah. And a lot of them, especially when it comes to the weight loss centers, they make you weigh in on a scale all the time.
Oh yeah,
They don't ask you questions like, oh, so how are you feeling? Do you feel like you have more energy now? Do you feel like your pain has reduced? No, they don't ask anything along the lines of non scale victories. It's all about the scale. And
yeah,
they reward you in certain ways if you lost X amount of weight according to the scale.
yeah,
So it's kind of for me, it's kind of coming out of that kind of mentality. And I feel it's so important. If anyone wants to do triple B&E, if whatever they're doing currently, whatever they might be incorporating, if it's causing them problems, if they're not having any benefits of healing, definitely, 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 as Nicole said, go about it with that elimination approach. Once you complete whatever you set out to do, whether it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, go about that reintroduction approach once you are done with your triple B&E. I cannot stress that enough because I see so many, they dive right back into everything that they were previously eating, whether it was like keto or ketovore. And it's like, why did you do an elimination to begin with then?
yeah. Well, Mike said nearly half of U.S. adults interested in using weight loss drugs. That's so true. I had
Yes.
so again, I'm a a small business owner, or I weight loss coach, consultant, all that stuff. So I'm in a bunch of these Facebook groups, and for business, not for anything else. I hate Facebook. But anyway, I'm in all these Facebook groups, and at least once a day, especially this week, it's been more this week. There's been a lot of questions about Ozempic,
Oh my
specifically Ozempic,
goodness. Yes.
for weight loss, like specifically.
Manjaro and Ozempic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Those have
I
been like the
mean,
two
yeah,
big dogs right now.
and that's like those side effects are no joke. Those side effects are awful. They could do
Yeah.
like permanent
Yeah.
damage just to
It's
lose weight.
scary.
And the fact that these doctors are just prescribing it like willy-nilly and just giving it to
Right.
them. It's just like, what is happening? What is happening? But he also said, more than half of adults say that insurance should cover weight loss prescription drugs for anyone who wants to lose weight. So no, and about 80% say that they should be covered. And then it said he finished with for individuals who are overweight or obese, it should be covered. So no, what should be covered are services like mine that are not covered. So like I have had physicians prescribe weight loss to their patients and send them to me for weight loss, a prescription from their doctor for weight loss, and their insurance
Right.
won't cover it. Um, but yeah, they shouldn't cover those drugs because that's not the way to do it. That is so bad. They should cover nutritionists. They should cover services like mine to help them to lose weight the right way,
Exactly.
lose weight the right way. But yeah, weight loss insurance companies don't cover
No.
that stuff. They're a band-aid approach, kind of like doctors, because it's all business. It's all business. At the end of the day, it comes down to business, and that's all it is. It doesn't have our health in mind. So I don't know. That's my thoughts on that, Mike. Is I don't think they should be covered. I don't think doctors should be prescribing them for weight loss. I don't think they should be used for weight loss. I just think it's crazy, and it's a bad idea. Like this is just gonna make our population sicker.
Exactly. And just like you said, it does cause permanent damage.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even tell you like how many people that I've seen even get their gallbladder removed because just that quick change of their body going through drastic weight loss from these diet pills, they ruin their gallbladder, had to get their gallbladder taken out.
Yeah, yeah. Since I gave up fruit and veggies, I no longer suffer from oxalate dumping. Woohoo! That
Oh
was
yeah,
nasty. They came
I'm
out
sure
of
it was.
hateful. I had like sandpaper, like sand pebbles in my eyeballs. It felt like I had sand in my eyes.
Oh my
That was
goodness.
uncomfortable.
That's what I thought I was going through when I was going through all that mess when I had to go to the hospital. That's what I thought I was, but no.
Oxalate dumping? That's what
That's
you thought you'd
yeah,
had?
I thought I had oxalate dumping because especially
Interesting.
when I started getting the ringing in my ear, I was like, "Oh, well maybe." But
Yeah.
no, they did like full on MRIs, including like my nasal passage and including like my ears and everything, but no, it was the impact that my brain had went through.
Yeah.
But I've
Well,
heard a lot of bad experiences with the oxalate dumping, so that definitely is no fun at all.
yeah. Scared to death to open my eyes in the morning. um, yeah. So if there's any other last minute alibis for questions or anything you want us to chat about, we've been at this for a little over an hour. So if there's any last minute alibis, I know and I'm sure Sana agrees. We definitely appreciate you guys spending this time with us this evening. Definitely means a lot to have your support. For both of us. So we definitely appreciate you choosing to spend this hour with us.
Yes, no, thank you all so much. And I say this on my channel all the time. I like to close off all the time, thanking everyone for watching, letting everyone know that I appreciate them because I truly understand everyone's time is valuable, especially tonight is Friday.
Yeah.
And a lot of people got paid. And the fact that you're still here, thank you so much. Really, truly, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. For me, I tell people all the time, I like to keep it real. I do not keep it perfect, but I will keep it real with you. And
That's the Jersey
wholeheartedly,
way. Jersey
that is the
way.
Jersey way. That is the Jersey way for sure. But thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you guys being here.
Awesome. Well, Sana, thank you for choosing me to be your first YouTube live. This was
You
so
see,
much
you took
fun.
it. You took it, Nicole. I can't get that virginity back now.
You're welcome. Yeah, no, this was definitely tons of fun actually getting to chat with you outside of the interwebs and at least put a, face to the name and actually have a conversation.
Right.
So yeah, this was
Outside of the
fun.
comment section.
Yeah. But
You
thank
slid
you.
in my DM. Thank
I
you.
did. I slid in your DM. But no, thank you for deciding to do this and share your story. I think, especially when it comes to mental health, I'm very passionate about spreading mine because I
Absolutely,
suffered from
yes.
anxiety and depression and all that as well. So I know it's not an easy conversation to have. So I just appreciate you being willing and open to share your story.
Oh, sure. No, absolutely. And I feel the same way. I feel it's so important. And I feel like it is a undiscussed topic only because a lot of people consider it very sensitive. But no, I want everyone to be able to heal from whatever they're going through when it comes to mental health. So I am more than happy to share.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it here. Thank you again for everyone for hanging with us. Definitely enjoy your weekend. Hopefully, the weather is beautiful for you wherever you are tuning in from, and have a happy and healthy weekend. See you later, guys.
See you, everyone.